For you now, videotape of Madonna performing that we guarantee you've never, ever seen before. Ellen Fleischer shares it with us in this exclusive report. Madonna, the basement tapes. Ellen?
Right, Chuck. When you think about Madonna today with her net value hovering in the vicinity of, $200 million, it's hard to picture her as a young, struggling, not entirely polished performer just starting out. But of course, she once was. Only you haven't seen that image. Not until now. Oh, yeah, it's Madonna, all right, but not the glamorous megastar of the 90s we've come to love or loathe. Sentiments undoubtedly springing from a combination of one's age and political persuasion.
I know how you feel. You don't know if you want to hit me or kiss me. I get a lot of that.
That's the way it is these days. But back about 8 years ago, fresh from cutting 2 singles on a Warner Brothers label, Madonna was looking for some attention.
And that means all you people out here in Levittown.
It was disco night at Uncle Sam's. But wait, let her tell you about it.
Hi, I'm Madonna, and I'm going to be performing here at Uncle Sam's Saturday, September 24th. And it's going to be a really great show, so I want you all to come.
That night was more exciting than any other night that we've had a entertainer perform here.
We charged $5 to get in, and we couldn't fit any more people in the place.
Packed house?
Packed house, so she was well worth it.
I'm going to sing about the meaning of love.
And I want to know about the meaning of that hair.
That was radical for the time. That was very radical.
Today, like then, Keith Hart managed Uncle Sam's, Hempstead Turnpike near the Wantagh Parkway. And today, like then, Nick Passione owned the place. Today, John Werner is a freelance producer. But back then, he was the cameraman who shot this video.
Hey, come on, take a chance. Get up, start to dance. Let the DJ shake you. Let the music take you. Everybody, come on, dance and sing. Everybody, get up and do your thing.
She knew exactly what she wanted, and she didn't want any white light. You can hardly see her on the tape. She just wanted the stage lighting. And the thing that I noticed the most is that she didn't play to the camera in the kind of narcissistic way that she does now.
Come on, let go. I'm burning up for your love. I'm burning up for your love. I'm burning up for your love. For your love.
On this day, back in 1983, Madonna is described in her Warner Brothers bio as the runaway sensation of the season.
Of the season. Can you believe that? Of the season? Of the decade.
You can't make up your mind. Well, I'm doing what I want to do, all right? And I know you're going to like it.
Madonna was paid $3,000 for performing at Uncle Sam's that night. The response was so wild, owner Nick Passione tried to book her right away for New Year's Eve. She wasn't available. So he tried for a January performance, but by then the price had gone up 5 times. But that wasn't the worst part. Nick was told Madonna didn't want to do clubs anymore. We'll have more tonight at 11 and tomorrow on News for New York at 6 and 11. More never-before-seen video, plus inside stories on Madonna, the perfectionist.
Never-before-seen tapes of the rock superstar performing on Long Island. We treated you to some of them last night. Tonight, News 4's Ellen Fleischer wraps up this exclusive report. Madonna, the basement tapes. Ellen?
Thanks, Chuck. Back in the fall of 1983, many of us had never heard of a performer named Madonna. But 1,500 trendy Long Islanders packed into a Levittown dance club to see her. And if you look very closely, you'll see not only Madonna, but her brother Christopher performing as one of her backup dancers.
Everybody, come on, dance and sing. Everybody, get up and do your thing.
His thing is tending bar at Uncle Sam's, a Long Island dance club. One Saturday night, nearly 8 years ago, he saw a young woman on stage with an armful of bracelets and a cross earring. Her tummy was showing.
I knew she was going to be a star. She looked great.
Her name was Madonna.
Madonna? Madonna who? Madonna what? You know, she has one, it's like Dion, you know, she's got one name.
8 years ago, producer John Werner was cameraman John Werner, hired to shoot this video.
She was more concerned with her performance and the audience than she was with the video.
I'm burning up for your love. I'm burning up for your love.
Madonna was what they call a track act. Live voice, canned music. Even so,
She came in the afternoon, sang for about an hour, making sure that everything was right. That shows a professionalism right there.
She came in with a little bit of an entourage, a couple of dancers, but she was like in control. There was no question about that.
the young daughter of the club's owner saw Madonna rehearse.
Shortly thereafter, Madonna became so popular that my daughter honestly thought that I gave Madonna her big break.
What he did give her were some big reindeer.
I'm Madonna, and I want to wish everyone at Uncle Sam's a Merry Christmas and Happy, Happy New Year. And if you think I look silly standing here with all these stuffed animals, you're going to look even sillier sitting at home at night. So come on here and have a good time.
Everybody got to start somewhere.
Today, they're still lining up at Uncle Sam's on Hebstead Turnpike, although the club also goes by another name. The music is still hot. The dancers hotter. And for a little pick-me-up, there's always the confetti cannon. But as good as it gets, memories of Madonna linger 8 years later.
All of those happy days.
Bartender Kevin Miller.
We've had a lot of accidents. She was probably one of the best.
Celebrate.
Former busboy Doug Duffy.
You're like, wow, this song is great. This song is great.
Proof checker Renee Mercator.
You know what I noticed most about her? She was a really good dancer. Really moved well.
She's not bad looking either, you know.
Back then it was a little raw. I mean, it wasn't as well choreographed as it is now. You know, she obviously wasn't the glamour goddess that she is now. She wasn't as fine-tuned physically as she is now.
True, but the tuning process of Madonna and Company was clearly underway years ago in Levittown.
Thank you and good night.
Madonna is not the only name performer to appear at Uncle Sam's. In recent years, audiences have screamed for Duran Duran, U2, Flock of Seagulls, Taylor Dane, and Debbie Gibson, to name a few. In case you're wondering what's coming up next at Uncle Sam's, you'll have to join us on News for New York at 11.
You can see she was already pretty accomplished way back then, even. Yeah.
You bet she was.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Ellen.